Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got videos today for modern dating here.
Have you ever had this thought, like, what if I already met the person who was meant for me and I just didn't realize it at the time?
Yep.
Like, I went on this date not too long ago. He was pretty cool. We actually had a lot in common, similar values. And now he is seeing someone else. And I keep wondering, was that on me? Did I just waste a real chance? That I might have missed something that actually mattered? Because
You and probably 90% of women out there have done this.
didn't act on it.
I don't know why last year I was always complaining about being super single, but this year I'm just like, being single is great.
Yeah, and I'm just living a stress-free, peaceful life, and there's absolutely no stress coming from any toxic relationships or situations.
And yet you're here on the internet talking about it like this.
This is exactly what I needed.
Girl asked me where men usually hang out because I generally would love to know where I'll be able to meet people organically.
Oh, they flip-flop.
A while ago, she met a guy
So
who,
quickly.
by her own admission, would be a perfect match. But as is often the case in today's dating scene, her story followed a familiar pattern. She rejected him. She believed there was no need to commit, assuming a better option would eventually come along. But she was wrong. Now, after seeing him with another woman, the regret has started to kick in. She realizes she should have secured that relationship when she had the chance to do so.
Hello?
Hello.
You remember when you wanted me, I didn't wanted you because I wanted someone else who wanted me.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Now they don't wanted me anymore. Do you still wanted me?
Remember that last clip though a couple days ago or a couple videos ago of that woman saying, "Man, so you were that one guy that was a lame and then you became a CEO and now I'm a single mother of two and you didn't want to give me the time of day because..."
Because I'm available now.
No, they took to me.
This is the new generation's way.
Yep.
Why would you ever be someone else's second choice? Happens to me about 4 years. She texted me, "Are you still available?" she asked. But I was married and have 2 children. Just had someone come back after 9 years. Guess she still wants. Short and simple, no time for long talks. Life isn't hard. But why would he be willing to be someone's second choice? I bet if asked, nobody would willingly take that position. Not even the person suggesting it.
I mean, do you want to be second choice, second string? You know, like they're always going to be yearning for that person that they missed out on, right? Like, well, what was it? Hot Tub Time Machine, The Great White Buffalo.
This situation happens more often than we think. Most women can easily recognize a good guy who would make a great husband and father, yet he is rarely the first choice. Instead, many choose to entertain Chad and Tyrone first. Then, when those guys lose interest, they return to the nice guys. The ones they once rejected because they were boring, or were placed in the friend zone simply because they weren't exciting enough.
Or it could have been just pure finances too. You know, they weren't up to par yet, but it takes time to build your life up in finances sometimes. Some people get luckier than others. Some people make a good amount of money in their 20s. Some people don't make a good amount of money until they're in their 50s. It is what it is.
This is a very common experience, and I'm sure someone among you has either gone through it personally or knows someone close who has. We all know how the story goes. Nice guys always finish last. What makes it even more interesting,
I mean, one of my friends is kind of the nice guy. You know, a woman did come back into his life, but he entertaining it because he also has nothing else going on in his life, you know, like dating wise, so he entertains it. But it's because he's a nice guy.
is when those who overlooked the nice guy come back, only to discover that he is no longer available. That's often the moment regret sets in, the moment they start questioning why they chose to chase the excitement only Chads provided, instead of securing something real when they had the chance. The good news is that nice guys are waking up. They're no longer waiting around for anyone. They're moving on, living their lives, and finding partners who are on the same page, someone with whom they can truly build a life with.
What the fuck is going on too?
Remember, you can be a good man without doing nice things.
People, they're not asking girls on dates and then not coming to pick them up. Like, I don't get it. I'm not going. Like, if you ask me on a date, if you're not sending me an Uber or picking me up, I'm actually not leaving my house. Cancel the date. Like, you're not seeing me. Like, ew. Like, what the hell?
If you're broke, just say that. How do you
Easy.
get to work? I have a genuine question. How does this relate to a man's character and his ability to facilitate a functional relationship?
No, it's just because they broke dusty, musty crusties.
I thought it was normal for them to arrange your transport. Everyone's standards and expectations are different. There's no right and wrong. Just always ensure you're matching the energy or standards you wish to receive. I'm always confused when I see this type of video. So many questions come to mind. Is it that they can't afford an Uber to get to a date, or do they simply feel entitled to a stranger's money? Neither option makes much
Could be
sense,
both.
because if money is truly the issue, then dating shouldn't even be a priority, as they have more important things to worry about. Also, if they expect a stranger to cover their transportation just because he asked them out, that's a red flag. Where is their own money? Isn't she working? I understand that many women want to feel like the man is taking the lead and covering certain expenses, but I don't believe transportation to the date should fall under that.
Nope.
Why should a man pay for you to go to a place that's meant to benefit both people? Thankfully, more men are beginning to realize that these kinds of
I
expectations.
don't even understand why men in the first place were sending Ubers and stuff to these women. I've never sent an Uber. I don't even have the Uber app. I enjoy driving, so I always drive, but why? Like, you just spent an extra 30, 40, I don't even know how much, $60 to send that person just to the date location. Plus now you gotta pay for the date and do everything else. The math isn't math.
Expectations usually show up when the woman isn't genuinely interested. Because when she is truly into a guy, none of that matters.
Nope, it
She
really
wouldn't
doesn't.
hesitate to pick him up herself, or
Yeah, I was gonna say she will be there. She will be there early sometimes.
even pay for everything.
The late thing, women.
That's just the reality, and I know some soldiers can confirm this, as they have been in situations where the woman they were talking to gladly covered everything without hesitation.
Have you ever had this thought, like, what if I already met the person who was meant for me and I just didn't realize it at the time? Like, I went on this date not too long ago. He was pretty cool. We actually had a lot in common, similar values. We're both very well traveled, both passionate about music, love what we do. But since at that time I was busy, like, figuring my life out, I just didn't really pursue it. I didn't follow up, didn't really try to get to know him better. And now he is seeing someone else. And I keep wondering, was that on me? Did I just waste a real chance?
Yep.
It's like
That was
not
all
even about
you.
him anymore. It's more like the idea that I might have missed something that actually mattered because I didn't act on it. And
The
I'm just
FOMO.
sitting here like, I'm gonna be alone forever.
I feel like that's what the young generation lives off of. It's just pure FOMO.
So, I don't know.
I bet most single women will relate to this video, as many have likely experienced a similar situation. Thanks to social media and the influence of simps, many women have developed an unrealistic perception of their dating options,
Yep.
believing there's always someone better just around the
And I mean, even this woman, right? I wouldn't even say average. Say she's slightly below average, maybe a 4.5, because just her features, you can tell she's decently aged now. She doesn't have the double eyelids. It's a thing with Asians, and it is attraction levels of the things. So, yeah, she thinks she was hot stuff that she can just keep staying on the market, and then someone's always better that's going to be coming along because they think they age like wine. Again, they don't realize they age like milk, like we've been saying. But I digress.
corner. But what's interesting is that, eventually, some of them reflect on the guys they once passed over and come to realize that one of those men may have been their best opportunity for a meaningful relationship. In today's dating scene, many single women searching for the one have already met him. They had the chance to build something solid, but for various reasons chose not to.
Correct.
Maybe they didn't think he was good enough at the time, or maybe they wanted to explore more options. That's when regret.
Again, a good amount of it is FOMO, that fear of missing out. Everybody's traveling, going to clubs, going to raves, Coachella, and all these things. They want to live that life. They think that they have to do that first before they can get into relationships and everything.
That often starts to set in. Take the woman who made this video, for example. When she met him, they had a lot in common.
She said they were well traveled, so he's seems a little older, you seem a little older, you think he cares that you're well-traveled. It's probably a detriment to you that you're well-traveled.
And he checked many of the boxes she associated with a good partner. But she didn't act on it believing someone similar or better would come along. But as she later admitted in her own video, that didn't happen. Now he's moved on and found someone else, and her chance to build something meaningful with him is gone. This is why some people don't waste time when they come across someone who seems like a great match. Many realize this early, some even during college, when the window of opportunity is still wide open.
So I posted a video a couple days ago asking where men usually hang out because I generally would love to know where I'll be able to meet people organically. And I really appreciate some of the comments actually gave me some tips, and I guess I need to learn how to golf now. But on the other end, I also received a lot of...
See, she's looking for a certain echelon man, right? I just need to learn how to golf now. Mostly rich people or well-off-to-do people play golf.
very interesting comments. And again, I'm only speaking from my perception, so please don't comment me. I think for both women and men, when it comes to dating, we're both exhausted from both ends. I think we're all just in this collateral damage that we're in such a weird time, and social media and dating apps are definitely not helping. Social media definitely sparks overanalyzation and overthinking, making us second-guessing our behavior and turn our every single interaction into a red flag analysis. And dating apps just makes everything feel so transactional and forced that there's not going to be time and room.
Like, who did that? It's women. Women control the dating apps very staunchly, in a sense.
For the friend to lover connection anymore. Like, they're giving us like this false delusion that we have unlimited options and the grass is always greener.
Yeah, you fell for it. You fell for it.
At the very least, we have to acknowledge that she has a clear understanding of why the current dating scene faces so many challenges. She's fully aware of the negative impact dating apps have had, and how they often give people an unrealistic perception of their options. That mindset is exactly what led her to pass on the good guy she once rejected. She believed someone better would come along, but now she's left with regret as he moved on, and she is still single, struggling to find someone who measures up.
At the end
And this is the thing, right? For us men, there's no timeline. We can spend our days grinding away until we find or get to the position where, we're ready. We want to do things. They don't. This is the problem why they're making all these videos and stuff, is because they don't got time anymore. They've only got a few years away before everything turns to dust, literally.
At the end of the day, dating just became this mind game where everyone's trying to care less. Like, for example, if I care more than the other person, then I'm the loser in this relationship. Like, no one's willing to chase anymore. No one's approaching or pursuing anyone anymore. Everyone just puts their guard up.
She says no one is doing it anymore, as if women were doing this before or in the first place. No, you're just putting everything on men. You want to say everyone, but you're still, all the things you're saying is what men do and what men are supposed to do, but women aren't stepping up to it either.
And it's just really hard to form genuine connection these days. It's honestly really sad to see the disconnection between people, and we're all just tired and burnt out.
I bet you $1 gazillion you have a couple of prime candidates in your friend zone.
Hell yeah.
Both sides are afraid of being hurt. No one wants to be vulnerable.
True.
I wish we never had social media or dating apps. Sure, it's easier to connect over long distances, but it ruined everything. People suck at connecting. They're salty. We're all in the same boat.
So I posted a video a couple days ago asking where men usually hang out because I generally would love to know where I'll be able to meet people.
The reality is that she doesn't have to look far to find a guy who's genuinely interested in dating or even a committed relationship. All she needs to do is check her friend zone or unread DMs. If she's truly serious about finding someone, those are the first places to look. But as usual, the issue is that those guys likely aren't 6 feet tall or making 6 figures, so they became invisible. She simply doesn't see them.
I don't know why last year I was always complaining about being super single, but this year I'm just like, being single is great. I just made myself really, really good dinner. Oh, look at this. Just got some mashed potatoes.
Like, to me, this is sad. This is actually somewhat sad. You're praising all of your cooking skills and everything, but you're cooking for yourself and you're saying you're happy to do this. I can let you know this now. My mother a few of my exes, a good chunk of women, they love cooking for others. It's a joy for them to cook for others. It's kind of the purpose, right? When you're cooking by yourself, it's lonely.
Broccoli. I'm not cooking for anyone else. I'm cooking for myself. I'm not cooking for any man, any kids. Yeah, and I'm just living this stress-free, peaceful life, and there's absolutely no stress coming from any toxic relationships or situationships. This is exactly what I needed.
You look a bit stressed. Before we even address what's going on in this video, it's important to clarify something. People who are genuinely happy, whether single or in a relationship, usually don't feel the need to make a video announcing how happy they are.
True.
With that in mind, it's safe to assume that the message in her video likely doesn't reflect her actual reality. From what we can see, she's trying hard to project confidence in her single status, but her body language tells a different story.
Right.
It's clear that she isn't being entirely honest with herself or her audience. She may not even realize it, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with admitting that being single isn't fulfilling and that you'd like to have someone by your side. That honesty would have served her better than going out of her way to convince others of something that doesn't ring true.
This is one of the sadder things about, Western Asian women. As gorgeous as some of them can be or are, they picked up the Western mentality. And this is why when we talk about passport bros, talking about when you bring your wife over here, it also happens that way too. It's the hive mind. Once your significant other, wife or whatever it is, just starts acclimating with other women or just starts speaking with other women, they just root mine into this feminism. This is why my family got real lucky with the women in our family that married from Cambodia. Again, we have family businesses, so so a lot of my cousins' wives just help run the family business. They don't really chit chat with people outside of our family much, other than customers and things like that. So they don't really get indoctrinated like that. Please subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and I think